everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you all have an amazing day. We're here and we're sat down in a chair doing a puzzle rush like we do every week. However, last week's attempt was very, very, very special. Somehow we managed to get ridiculously far. Was it 56? I think we got to, which is insane. That's the highest we've got by a long, long way, at least on camera anyway. I think we got 52 off camera. But yeah, it might be a bit hard to try break that one. I have no idea what I'm doing here, and this is the 6th puzzle, which is great. We probably just check here, right? King has to go there, and then we probably just check again. And then we look for mate there. That's probably the answer, right? Yeah. But yeah, we might struggle, but we're gonna give it our best go, like we always do. You know, and whether we do it or not, it doesn't matter because we've tried. We have tried. This one's quite cool. You throw in the check here to distract the rook, and then you go ahead and take the queen. Thank you. We have a check here, which is also mate. Sort of, not quite. But then we have bishop there. That's nice. Very nice. Boom, boom, boom. What are we doing here? We fork the knight and the bishop there. That's quite cool. That's not a threat because the bishop covers b2. This is a dovetail mate here. You see we're covering those two squares. Very nice. We can throw in this check, which just mates. Yep. I'm always very hesitant to say yes until I've finished the puzzle, you know. There's always a great chance I could be so wrong. Even on the simpler ones. We throw in this, win the queen, and then we're not losing our queen because we take the pawn with check. Yeah, I think. Takes, king up there. Queen takes, pawn takes, king takes. Then we do something like takes or something. You know, it's a good position. Anyway, it's a good position. There we have a check. They block en passant. Very fancy stuff. Very, very fancy stuff. We have a checkaroonie here, which is just mate. Thank you. We have a check there, which wins the bishop potentially, but also potentially not. Say if king goes there, you sort of forced knight takes, and then what? Then what? You know? Check. There. I'm struggling with this one. I have a check here. The thing is we can't hit the rook, so we can't go for the exchange. These pawns are scary-ish, but also not really. Yeah, so what's the big idea? What's the big idea? We just take the bishop. King takes, and then what? Take the pawn? Surely not. Surely not. I guess we are taking a pawn here. They decide to go there. They just hold on a sec, folks. Hold on a sec. Why can't they just go up? Why can't they just go upwards? Boom. Boom. King goes to d5. Why not? Why not? I guess then we pick off the d pawn. Knight takes bishop. If the computer ever decides to load, knight takes bishop. King takes knight. No, rook c2. If king takes knight, why does that not work? You just take this, and then you claim how are you actually defending this? You know, you go king d2. Rook check. takes pawn. Rook takes and then you take. And you're defending your h-pawn. It's 2 connected passes which should win. That's a bit of a lousy one. That is a bit of a lousy one. I'm not a fan. Anyway. Okay. We can promote. But they have a checkmate. Which isn't ideal. Is not ideal. So we can throw in a check, I guess. Do we go... You go rook c6. Oh, this is crazy, right? You got there. Rook g6 check. Where's the king going? If it goes there or there, we promote. If it goes there, we play maybe like a bishop c4. This is wild. Wow. The thing is, if we block and the bishop's not covering, so like if we allow check and block and the bishop isn't covering this, they have rook b8 and win the rook, right? I think it's check. King goes down. King goes down is annoying. King goes down. We got rook g6, 7 potentially. Rook takes promote, and there is no mate because this goes down. We take this. This is so tough. I think it's check. Alternatively, we could go king g8. Threaten this. Rook goes like... rook goes c7. We can't promote. We can't promote. And they're still threatening mate. I think it's rook g6. I think it's rook g6. Oh, we're playing as black. Oh. Oh, no, we're playing as black. Well, this is just mate, right? Yeah. Oh. This game. I want to see real quick. I'm sorry, folks. In fact, I don't think you can even set it as white to move. Yeah, I wanted to see if it was white to move, what the result was. Anyway. Wow. This game. We can go check there. If king goes there, I mean, that just can't be good, right? Oh, we have check there. King there. We have check there, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be good. And if king goes there, then we have the fork on the queen, which is nice. So we probably should calculate this a bit better. King goes there. Yeah, I mean, same thing, right? Same thing. Check, I think, is going to be the best option. King down. Then we have, like, check. And, yeah. I mean, that's got to be right. Yeah. That's got to be right. Sometimes, like, there's just too many things. By the way, we could go here, I think. And then there. And then there. Boom. Boom. There we go. We have check. That's a really nice sequence, actually. Really nice sequence. What happens if king goes down? Then you have there, right? And that's mate. If the king goes there, then it goes up. There, supported by the rook. King goes there, rook there is mate. That's really, really nice. Very cool. We have rook here. Forcing king down and then mate. That's a pretty common sequence as well. We can take and win the rook if we so choose. I don't think there are any other good options, so let's just do that. Thank you. We have a check here. The problem is the knight goes back. We take first. and then the bishop takes, and then we win the bishop, right? Yes. Cool, cool, cool. We take the rook, and then after king takes, we fork the king and the queen. Very, very nice. Or is that better? No, because knight blocks. But then we still have this. We've got two options. We've got two options. I think either way, we're pinned, so we have to take the rook. And we can't get the king away, so I think we just take this first. And this is a better version because the knight's currently blocking in the rook, so they have less activity, basically. I think is the big idea. We can go rook e2, king takes, and they can't stop this pawn. And it's just a liquidation thing. Yeah, it's just trading off the rooks in a cool way. Is the puzzle, which is fair enough. You know, that's a major part of like games and stuff is finding the correct liquidation techniques. They have a lot of queens. I think we take this though. Queen takes is a problem. Is an issue. Yeah, queen takes is a huge issue. And we can't take this because of rook takes. And like check or check. Yeah, not nice. I don't. We have queen g3. I was thinking that just doesn't work, but takes supported by the rook. And then with these covered, that's actually mate. That's really, really nice. That's really, really nice. Puzzle number 3. 30. Sorry. Puzzle number 30. I don't know where I got 3 from. Probably the 3 in 30. Anyway. We could go here. And if they go there, we have this, potentially. And then there. And then try promote, maybe. I guess. We have this. Oh, we are in check currently. We are in check, so we have to take this, right? We have to take this. Then the question is, where do we go now? We probably need to cover our bishop. So we're probably best off going to c7. I mean, we have to be better off going to c7, right? Yeah, because if we go there, they just have check again. So we're better off going to c7. e7, they just take, and then what's the point? So we just go to c7. They go there. Our only safe move is rook c3, followed by check, maybe. Yeah, that's a weird puzzle. That's a weird one. Okay, what have we got here? I think we might be trying to trap the queen, and that begins with knight f6, right? Because after takes, you go g3. Where is the queen going? Where is the queen going? They block themselves in. Which is a really, really cool puzzle. I like that a lot. What do we have here? Can't go, can't go, can't go, can't go, can't go, can't go. So if we get this check in, is that not? Oh, bishop covers. Oh, so we just take, right? Can't go, can't go, can't go. We go there. It's just mate, right? Just mate. Yeah. It always seems complicated. This is also just mate. Actually, no, it's not. Be careful, Jacob. Be careful. The queen is right behind you. So you actually push this pawn. And there you promote. If they take, you've got rook h8 for mate. King goes back, and then rook h1 is mate. That's... Oh, that's just there to trick you. That's just there to trick you, you know. Okay, what have we got here? Are we trying to trap the queen again? I don't think so. I don't think so. We could do like a takes. I don't think that gets us anywhere. Hmm. What are we doing? I have no idea. I really have no idea. I really want to trap the queen, but it can escape to both of these squares, which seem uncoverable. So where do we go then? You can't get the queen. You can't get the queen. For sure you can't get the queen. The only move I can think of is rook takes e6. But that just doesn't get us anywhere. You know, our bishop's too boxed in. We can't go d5, which I really want. Yeah, I'm struggling. I am struggling with this one. Where do we go? Pawn takes just seems... do we go like g4 and claim how you defend this? How do you defend this, actually? Go rook f7. Seems to work. No, but rook f7, I go bishop, queen takes e6, right? Queen takes e6, rook f8. Rook takes, bishop d5, queen takes, king h3. But then you have a repetition. I think it's got to be this. Oh, do we go like there? Surely that doesn't work. Surely that doesn't work. Rook f7 takes. Rook there. Ah, we go bishop h5 instead. Ah. That's clever. That's clever. Yeah, because bishop h5 still covers e2. So then what? They don't have any checks. Move the king out of the way, you just do rook takes. Rook takes, queen takes. Yeah. 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 Yes. Bang. Oh, that was hard. That was very, very hard. Okay. We can take this. For sure we can. Do we, though, is the question. Harder question than it looks. Harder question than it looks. Is it? Because we're threatening this, which is scary for them. And if knight goes there, then we have that. The problem is they're threatening h5. And we have to calculate if that's worth it, I guess. We have to calculate if that's worth it. I mean, it has to be worth it, right? It has to be worth it. You go g6. The only thing they have is knight takes, but then fork. King there. You have check, I guess, but then the knight's in the bishop block. There. Knight takes. Check. King there. Oh, and then we have there. From not quite, mate. Not quite, mate. King goes up, but then you have queen there, right? And that's actually mate, yeah. And then they decide to just do whatever they want, which is brilliant. Okay. Then we have there, right? Worst case, we win the knight. Worst case, we win the knight. So bishop blocks, knight takes is viable. Yeah, so it's got to be check, right? Yeah. They are messing me up here. They are calculating things I'm not calculating, and it's irritating. We have to take the rook? Surely we have to take the rook. We have no other checks. We just take the rook? Yeah. Oh, that was stressful. That was so stressful. We just have mate here. This knight is pinned to the king. I always love the easy ones after you get the hard ones. It's annoying. We don't have any blocks, so we have to go here. Then what do? They go there, maybe. But then, like, there. You just escape, right? That's our only legal move, so... they go there. That complicates things. Because now you don't have the d6 escape square. You can play d6, though. You could play d6, because if check, you just go back and then block with the knight if you ever come up again. I don't think you can't go anywhere else. I think f7's crazy. It has to be crazy, right? Maybe it's not that crazy. Because you block with the rook. But then that's leading to sort of like perpetual territory. And then they take this rook at the end, right? Yeah, they take this rook at the end. But I don't think d6 is that crazy. I mean, you have like 2 checks. 3 checks, maybe. But you get on d7 with the knight on e7. That seems extremely solid, right? Yeah. And you definitely take the rook, yeah. Now we could potentially go up. No, we can't because the queen's hanging. So we have to do the only move that covers the queen. And they decide to trade off. Brilliant. We have a check here. King goes down and we look for rook d7. And how do you prevent that? I don't think you can. You can't even go bishop e7 because this rook's here as well. Right? You go there, but then just rook e4. Seems unstoppable. Long castles we just take. Right? Yeah. Perfect. Puzzle 39. Okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay so far. We have takes. But after king there, that looks dubious, maybe. We also have takes. Bishop. Takes knight, king up. King could go there. But then you go back with check. What's the point? King up. You have bishop there. King takes. Bishop there. King there. Takes. I don't see an outcome there. That is nice. You do have check straight away, actually, which is just mate, right? Yeah. Thank you. We have this. The problem is the knight is covering b2, which is the mating square that I want, which is frustrating. But you have... So you have You go for check. King's forced to take because the escape square is covered. B4. If the king goes back, you take the knight with check, and then it is mating. You repeat and then go to B2. If they go there, then you have check. King's forced out. The rook comes. Knight blocks. Queen takes mate. Yes. That's a forced mate. Like, you can't be mad about a forced mate. Yes. You go there. Then we just said you just take the knight with check, right? Yeah. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. They have nasty stuff with the discovered check from the pawn push. Extremely nasty stuff. Really nasty stuff, actually. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. How do we escape? So pawn push is off the table because push, check, king somewhere, and then takes covers the pawn at the same time. It's off the table completely. Check. King's forced up. They don't have any blocks that cover each other. I should add. And then something happens and it makes you very impressed. Unfortunately, something does not happen. I'm out of moves. I am out of moves, unfortunately. Nasty stuff. You can go e7. Oh, no, you can't because it's the queen that's checking. You can't. You can't go e7 at all. This is the only check we have, right? This is the only check we have. But after king up, then what? Then you push e7. Is possible. Is possible. This is their only check. So you just go king h1 and then say, how do you stop this? And the answer is you can't, really. Yeah. The answer is you can't, really. Because we're threatening also queen there mate. So if you go like rook e4, then queen there is just mate. After king goes up. So yeah, we just do that. And then push the pawn. Yes. We have to go king h1 just to get out of any and all checks. Just to be safe. There we go. It looks dangerous to go king h1, but it's not. I really wanted to go there straight away. But after f takes, the queen is now covering g7. So I'm wondering now if we have check. Which actually does work, right? I mean, queen blocks, we just mate. And if bishop blocks, we take the bishop with check. By the way, if the king goes that way, we have mate. And then queen takes, and then we mate, right? So we can actually do this. Yes, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, this is one of my favorite tactics of all time. You sacrifice the bishop with a pin on the queen. The queen's forced to take it, at which point it walks into a fork with the king and the queen. It's so beautiful. I've only got this in a game once, in a casual blitz game at the club, and I was so happy. It's my favorite tactic ever. So yeah, just to let you all know. Yeah, we have this, right? If king goes over there, do we have some mating sequence? It doesn't look nice, right? We check and then king somewhere. King goes there, I think. I mean, it doesn't look nice. That's half of my calculations, is just saying it doesn't look nice, you know? It's a poor effort, I know, but hey. And the whole point is if queen blocks, then we have takes with check. King takes, and we drag the king away from the defense of the queen. The problem is if the king decides to just run, if the king decides to just make a run for it, then I think we just keep checking, right? I think we just keep checking until it's like a ladder, mate. So I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go here. They decide to go there. That's a block for sure. That's definitely blocking something. We go there. If they go there, then we might have that. There. It seems okay. And if the king decides to go up, then we have that, which wins the rook. Right? Yeah, so can't go down. If it goes back, which it can only go back that way, then we go here, right? Yes, with the same fork. And if the queen blocks, we take the queen, king takes, and then we take the rook, and we're up a rook. Yes, that works. Yes, boom. This is just mate. Actually, no, because rook takes, right? Rook takes. Okay. That's annoying. That's really, really annoying, actually. Oh, no way. We go rook h4? Oh my god. Rook h4 is insane. Wow, that's beautiful. So the whole point is that the king cannot move at all. The king's, it just needs one check. So you go rook h4, and the threat is rook g4, which is beautiful. They avoid it by pawn takes, but then they've opened up this line for rook there, rook blocks, and then mate. That is one of the best moves I've ever seen. It doesn't even make a difference if they do that. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, what have we got here? Blah, blah, blah. I'm losing my mind. I'm really losing my mind. We have takes with check. Queen takes probably the better move. Then we have rook check, which seems like it just wins a queen, right? Seems like it just wins a queen after queen takes, queen takes. They could block, actually. They could block. Queen takes there. Bishop blocks. But then just rook takes because we have the bishop there anyway, right? That seems obvious. I don't think much changes if knight takes. Because this bishop's covering the escape square really well. So we just do bishop takes. Whoa, really? That seemed like foolproof. Unless there's a mate there. Wow. That seemed like it just won a queen. That seemed like it just won a queen. I don't know how the computer can object to that, you know? That's rough. Okay. Wow. Rude. Rude. Rook f1 seems logical. You're threatening mate. They could do something like that. This is weird as well. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Go c5? c5 pawn takes. They have to play like a h6 and then push again. I mean, the background mate just doesn't last very long because they can just push a pawn if they really, really want to. And we don't want to trade off rooks because these go very, very quickly. So you got h5 maybe? h5, play h5, a5, h5, takes, pawn takes, c5, h4 there. I don't see this one, folks. I don't see this one. I'm scared. Maybe you just go f4, h5, and then F4. F1, H5, F4. Rook D7. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, we have 2 pawn breaks, but the pawn breaks don't do anything because both of these are defended. And even if we get a pass pawn, the rook covers. Right? And then how do we stop these? Because these are extremely fast. I don't know. I do not know. Beats me. Beats me. I do not know. Rook F1, H5. Seems to solve problems. You can check, but then what? Oh, you go behind like that. Ah, and win the D pawn. Ah. No. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. We solved that amazing puzzle, and then then we just get two wrong in a row. You know. Wow. Rude. We can check here, and if they go there, we win the queen. But apparently, winning queens aren't enough for the computer. So who knows, really? If not, it's a mate. So we have to just check, right? Yeah, and just win the queen. Thank you. Finally got something right. Finally got something right. We have a fork here, but also not really. So we just play F4. Surely we just play F4. How can you not play F4, right? F4, check. We just play C3. Yeah. That, I don't see what that's doing. I'll just take the free rook. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have this, and then just this. Right? That works. There. King there. And the question is, what do you do after that? So maybe, actually, maybe, there, you take with that rook instead. You take with this rook, and if the king goes there, that's mate. And that way you've cleared space for the knight smothered mate when the king gets to A1, which is the essence of the puzzle, I believe. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we've got very limited squares for their king, right? Very limited squares. We get a fork on the rook if they go there. If they go there, I mean, it's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. We go there, there. We can take the pawn minimum. Yeah, minimum. It's got to be check, right? I don't think there's any point of doing any other checks. You go there, the king escapes that way. So it's got to be check. No! What? I don't even know any other possible moves there. I don't even know any other possible moves you could do there. Maybe knight c2. But after like king there, what happens? Wow. Okay. Those were rude. Those were tough. Those were very, very tough. Let's see what happens. This one, I mean, this seems like such an obvious move. You go rook there instead. Okay. Okay, I can sort of see that one. But I don't think our move was a bad move. Don't get me wrong. I don't think our move was a bad move. There, yeah. Forces that. Okay, okay. So there was just a better move. I think there was just a better move. I don't think there's anything wrong with bishop takes. If the computer ever decides to load. Queen takes is apparently drawing. After rook f6, what happens? Ah, king goes back to c7. That's what I missed. That is what I missed. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Go there. This one, I genuinely have no idea. Is it a pawn break? It's not a pawn break. It's not f1. What do you do then? What do you do then? You don't trade the rooks. Wow. It's a pawn breakthrough. It's a pawn breakthrough. So you actually do want to trade the rooks? Why can't they just push this pawn? Oh, because the king gets there in time? Because you need to push both of them. At which point c5. And then instead of recapturing, which brings you one step closer to the king, and the king can get inside this pawn box, you actually push b5. And then you have to push a5. Because if you push b6 straight away, they just take. So you've got to push a5. And then how do they stop this? How do they stop this? If I can get there, there we go. You know, they keep bringing the king across. You play b6. If they take, again, you don't take, because then the king will be in the box. You push the pawn, which is really, really cool. And you just keep the king closer and closer, further and further away, sorry. And you promote. Wow, that is beautiful. That's really nice. And just to prove to you that they can't push their pawns, there, we can push c5 here. They want to push. We're already inside the box, right? So we could even go c6 again. I'll show you that, c6. They push, now we have to take care of it. And if they want to push any forward anymore, they need to push g5. Which is just too slow. And even these pawns alone can't do anything, you know. So the king needs to get across, which makes a lot of sense, actually. That's really cool. And this last one, I forget already. Yeah, why can't we just go h2? Why can't we just do it? You trying to tell me, is it like knight there? No. I genuinely don't know. You go h1. Yeah, that's smart, actually. That's really smart. Yeah, you just cover the escape square because they have nothing. You know, these pieces aren't actually doing anything to defend the king. So they can check you all they want. But as soon as you get a move, you're going straight to f1. And that's actually mate. Instead of going to what I played, h2, where the king can actually escape to g1. And then you're sort of stuck. You don't have much left. And I don't know who's winning, but I don't think you're winning. I don't think whether white's winning or not is another question, but I don't think you're winning. You know, you can cover the pawn, but then what? Then what? I want to see what the computer actually says about this. 1 second, folks. If it ever decides to load. Very, very slightly better for black, actually, which is cool. I guess that's because the king's sort of boxed in. But yeah, very equal position. Anyway, 49. You know what? I'll take 49. I'll take 49. We can't always get 56s or whatever. So I will take 49. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.